Uh-oh. That made dinner play. I gotta body block this guy. Beautiful body block.
Now how the hell am I supposed to have enough defense to stop this when all of my shotgun turrets are wiped out just before these big boys come? Is this even possible? Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're diving into a game that a lot of people might not even remember. Iron Brigade. Iron Brigade is a strange, creative hybrid of a third-person shooter and a tower defense game based after World War I, but with a twist. Most folks missed it completely, which is a shame because it's one of the most unique little gems out there. So, what's Iron Brigade about? Imagine an alternate history after World War I. A strange broadcast signal wreaks havoc on the world, and you play as part of the Mobile Trench Brigade, piloting giant walking mechs built out of, well, actual trenches. Your job is to fight back against the robotic monovisions that are spreading across the globe. Normally, you do that with guns, cannons, shotguns, whatever weapons you can strap on your very own trench, and you'd back it up with deployable emplacement turrets to hold the line. It's half shooter, half tower defense. But that is not how we're going to play today. For this run, I'm taking away half the entire game. No heavy weapons, no blasting, just turrets. This is going to be a no-gun Iron Brigade challenge. I'll be running around collecting scrap, body blocking, building defenses, and watching my turrets do all the fighting. All I can do is strategize and defend against the tubes. So let's boot up, roll out, and see if I can survive Iron Brigade without firing a single bullet. To begin, we have the tutorial. Then the problems start. You have no access to turrets in the tutorial. I tried letting myself lose to see if I could skip the tutorial, but the objective is invulnerable despite losing all HP. So we're gonna skip ahead to the first level, Beach. Beach is still somewhat of a tutorial to some other mechanics. It's simple with 2 lanes to watch out for and will be a test to see if this challenge will work. To start, the game forces us to place our first shotgun turret on this emplacement base.
I'm gonna wait on my second turret and place it. Okay, well I ran a few practice attempts and I always failed wave 2 because some enemies can destroy turrets even when they're not trying to.
Wave 1 has a small group of Tommies, tubes with range attacks to shoot at targets. Our shotgun turret disposes of them easily while I attempt the body block. Wave 2 brings in a resistor swarm, which is going to bypass my turret and rush the objective. I'm forced to place another shotgun turret while the resistors attack the ship to slowly kill them off, dealing some damage to the objective.
Boom.
Wave 3 has me place another turret on a different base to guard the flank against more resistors, which again deals damage but are shut down quick. Also, I'm going to quickly note that I accidentally covered the health bar with my avatar. That'll be fixed later on, so whoopsie doodle.
Well, we're down quite a bit of HP, but it's fine, as long as we're still alive. I'm sure that we can bust that out, that damage.
Waves 4 and 5 have a simple wave of Tommies and resistors coming down the main lane again, stopped the same way as in waves 1 and 2, nothing new. Between waves, we learn how to upgrade our emplacements to improve their damage as well, to make our turrets more powerful. But when wave 6 comes around, things get interesting.
And we're gonna go put that with this other one to help in case the Tommies come. Uh-oh.
I must admit your timing has made me very angry, so I have created a blitzer to deliver my displeasure directly to your troops.
Blitzers are a red monovision enemy, meaning they target the player instead of the objective. With no way to defend myself, my only solution is to hide behind as many shotgun turrets as I can.
There we go. And we're gonna get a bunch of free money for that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, well, that was really bad.
I placed a third turret near the ship for close range defense, as wave 7 features a double wave, Tommies and resistors at the same time. They get a bit of damage off, but my defenses are able to stop them quite quickly with that level 2 shotgun turret, able to one-shot the resistors now. With wave 8 approaching, we unlock access to the second emplacement for the run, the dampening generator. It's a cheap utility emplacement that slows down monovisions around it, allowing my shotguns to have more time to pump out damage. At this point, my defense is strong enough that wave 8, 9, 10, and 11's enemies cannot beat my defense. That leaves one final wave for the beach.
Do we go for a big upgrade on our turret? The 66 power?
Just a little bit
I think so. And we put another stall.
I
Uh-oh.
was wrong, friend. Wrong to attack your men, or your sad little people. Wrong to scrape at the side of your ship like a tiny barnacle. I need to sink that ship once and for all. And I have just the thing to do it.
Does he?
His name alone is too technical for you to comprehend.
Oh yeah?
Why don't you just call him Big Willie?
Big Papa.
Big Willie is the mini-boss for the beach level, and is a tank that is also capable of destroying turrets in its path. It deals heavy damage if it reaches the objective, so I had to hope my defense was strong enough to withstand it.
Screwed it up. Okay, well hopefully these guys can take him out.
I attempt to body block it, but I end up going down due to the damage. It works out in the end as the turrets take down Big Willie and give us the first victory of the run.
I'm kicking it. Let's go. Yeah, well, whatever. We beat it. That was not clean, but we beat it.
This ship is set to sail.
It really isn't. Look at the hole.
That's a lot of damage.
That is not looking good, but alright. 46% on level 1.
With our win, we unlock a new emplacement, the flak turret. It's our main counter to air enemies, which we will find crucial in 1-2.
The war effort has taken back the airfield. We need you to hold it so that we can deliver supplies to the front lines. We're expecting a large amount of aerial monovisions in this area, so make sure you bring the right equipment.
The next level is Airfield, filled with aerial enemies that we have to be careful of. Now we have to manage our scrap to be able to afford both defenses for the air and the ground. The appropriately named aerials come out right on wave 1 as well, so we have to set up a flak turret right away.
We're going to save us our money in case we get a shotgun turret. We'll let this guy start off and kill some of these little guys. A little bit faster, please. Oh my god, it's slow as hell. You got that.
Level 1 flak turret appears to be really weak, but it'll do for now. Wave 2 brings out resistors, meaning now we'll need some ground defense with a good old shotgun turret set up at base, for it's the only placement that allows the turret to solo the wave.
Alright, kill these guys.
However, we quickly find an issue with our emplacement's position.
Seems like not. Okay, well, that's a failed attempt.
While the resistor is in range, it's out of the shotgun's line of sight, which makes this our first failed run and forces a reset.
And then we gotta put the shotgun like this so it has no space to fully cover the building next time.
The second time around, we move our flak turret further out to give us space to place our shotgun more in the center. This allows the shotgun turret to fully clear wave 2 without issues.
Okay.
One aerial wave and an avatar repositioning later, wave 4 brings us a double aerial wave. This encourages me to spend 75 scrap to upgrade the flak turret to level 2, and it begins to shred through the aerials much faster.
That's way better.
Wave 6 brings aerials and blitzers, no problem. But wave 7 is interesting. They send Tommies and resistors together, along with a strange storm. To counter the Tommies, we place a shotgun in the spot where they sit to shoot the objective. The storm only deals damage if you stand in the spots where the thunder strikes, marked by hotspots on the ground. The wave is easily beaten afterwards. Wave 8 brings aerials and resistors, but these resistors flank around the backside of the map. Simply placing a turret on the side of the objective will be enough to counter the resistors. Wave 9 is aerials, 10 and 11 is a repeat of Wave 8, just in different placements. But Wave 12 is a blitzer ambush. These guys can't even get close, however, as the last few waves fed me so much scrap to power up most turrets to level 2.
There we go. If we just chill, avoid all the blitzers, we're good.
Wave 13 is another storm wave with flanking resistors and Tommies up front. No big deal. Although the objective is getting somewhat low HP.
We're chilling. As long as it's still standing, we're fine.
Wave 14 is a big aerial wave, but I have more than enough flak defenses ready. And the final wave is already here.
You fools! All I've been trying to give you is information, the wisdom of the broadcast. Luckily, my new
The Volt Dropper
is here to rain my wisdom down upon you. Receive my teaching from the sky.
The Volt Dropper mini-boss is capable of dealing tons of damage to the objective if not dealt with. And to make matters worse, it loves flying out of range, only to swoop in and unload bombs on the objective. It'll be a miracle if we...
Did he miss?
Okay, by some stroke of luck, the Volt Dropper somehow missed its bombs and died without damaging the objective. Thank you, Iron Brigade.
Now that was fun. I'd pay to watch you do that again.
Hell yeah. 34% on the airfield. A win's a win.
After beating Airfield, we unlock another emplacement. This time, we get the mortar turret. It has long range and AoE damage, but is more expensive compared to the shotgun turret at double the price.
Probably shouldn't test that one out on the ship anymore.
Going into 1-3, we unlock new chassis to choose from. Immediately, we equip the Selker 1, which is an engineering chassis. This allows us to bring a heavy emplacement to the level in the form of the mortar turret, have faster movement speed, and all emplacements are 10% cheaper to place and upgrade.
We've gotten word that Vlad's been working on a new type of thick tube armor. You'll need to outfit your trench with some explosive weapons to combat this.
Going into Trainyard, we have to watch over 3 sections of the map: the main city entrance, the flank entrance, and aerials flying over the water. We also have a new problematic enemy to worry about in Wave 1, the Breakers. Breakers have bullet reflecting armor, making shotgun turrets near useless against them. The only way to break the armor is explosive power, which is where our mortar turret comes into play.
Hopefully there's enough damage to take him out. Come on, baby. We're taking so long that the next wave is gonna... Oh, it's out of range.
Unfortunately, our placement with the mortar turret is bad and leaves the last breaker out of range, meaning our second reset. The next attempt, we place the turret on the ground closer to the objective, and that clears the wave no problem. We also drop a shotgun turret close by to work with the mortar right after.
At least they drop lots of money. And the standard shotgun will have more damage compared to makeshift.
Wave 2 brings a group of resistors from the city, which are shredded by the combined mortar and shotgun combo with ease.
Nice.
Wave 3 brings another wave of breakers, so we decide to place a dampening generator at the objective to slow the attack speed of the breakers when they arrive. The turrets slowly take them down.
Nice, W.
Wave 4 brings our first flank wave, as resistors come to attack from behind where we have no defense. With 60 scrap available, we spend it all on a shotgun and generator to beat them back. However, my shotgun is poorly positioned, and one resistor is out of range.
Oh no. I think we lose. We can wait for next wave to start, get more money. As long as it's not aerials, we're fine. It's just gonna do some damage. It's still winnable.
Instead of resetting, I placed another generator beside it to slow the resistor down, and decided to wait for the next wave to start, despite the resistor dealing slow chip damage to the objective for free.
It's fine. It's still winnable.
Wave 5 has breakers and Tommies attack together from the city, letting my mortar and shotgun deal with them. The objective is already around half dead as I get enough for another shotgun turret, and finally take care of that pesky resistor. Wave 6 consists of Tommies attacking from main and resistors attacking the flank. With our current defense, they are no match for the turrets. However, the mortar's blast staggers one of the Tommies just out of range, and it can still attack the objective.
You're kidding me.
This seemed like it might be a reset, but I had an idea.
Definitely dinner play. Death by generator.
Wave 7 was our first aerial wave, and I only had enough to afford a single flak turret. We took some more damage, but the turret was enough to shut down the aerials.
There we go. That'll do.
Wave 8 was blitzers and resistors together on flank. No issues for us. Using the scrap from them, I placed a mortar turret on the flank in a position where it could get some early damage and still cover up the objective.
I think that's pretty solid coverage.
Sup, bitches.
Big Willie's a problem.
But Wave 9, breakers on flank. Thankfully, I had just placed that mortar turret, but the real issue was Big Willie coming in from the city. To make matters worse, when I attempted to body block the big boy, I accidentally path him into my mortar turret, which he crushes.
My murder turret's gone, and he got through it.
All I have to stop this monster is a single level 1 shotgun turret.
Yeah, we lost. That's not very good for health.
Wave 10 brings in an aerial swarm, and with the HP the objective has remaining and the single flak turret I have to defend it, the objective falls and we are defeated.
Rip.
I wasn't planning on taking it out. It just looked like you cared so much about it.
Rip. Hey, we got sprinters though. Wait, it gave us the mine layer. Hold on, we just unlocked the mine layer even though we lost.
Surprisingly, despite losing, we unlocked the emplacements for completing the level anyways. The mine layer spits out high damage landmines and costs slightly less than the mortar turret. The downside is that it only really helps as a support damage. We also get the scrap collector, which automatically sucks in scrap for us to use. But since we have nothing better to do besides collect scrap ourselves, this emplacement will likely see no use in the playthrough. Going into our third attempt, we decide to swap the mortar for the mine layer to see if it would work better, but the mine layer costs 80 of our starting 100 scrap and is practically useless against breakers and leads to our third reset. In attempt 4, we equip the Selker Mark II instead of Mark I chassis. The benefit of the Mark II, besides more defense, is that the support and placement slot is swapped for a second heavy slot. meaning we can bring in both the mines and mortars in place of the dampening generator. We use the same starting strat, placing a mortar and shotgun early on to protect the city, moving the mortar further back to be out of the Big Willie's path later on. Strangely on wave 3, my shotgun turret can't seem to be able to shoot a breaker close up, and the breaker decides to turn around and kill my turret instead of the objective.
Can we kill it though?
With this early loss, I decide to reset again.
What?
Attempt 5, I place a mine layer in the city after wave 3,
Oh.
forgetting they flank on wave 4. Wasting all my money means no flank defense, and another reset. Attempt 6, wave 3 breakers kill my mortar turret as it was positioned too close to the objective.
Oh, you bitch.
Attempt 7 has me placing a shotgun turret after wave 6 and forgetting to set up an aerial defense.
Watch out, you've
Oh,
got some
shit.
aerial enemies now.
7 aerials.
Another reset there due to no scrap management. After many fails, we finally understand it now. Wave 1, we place a mortar in a far position where it's safe but still in range to clear the breakers. Wave 2, we drop a shotgun turret in the middle of the lane to clear the resistors and wave 3's breakers. By wave 4, we have enough for a second mortar turret to place on the alternate side in the same position to clear all the resistors on flank. Wave 6, we drop a shotgun on flank to help clear the resistors faster, and end up with another situation where a Tommy is just out of range and hitting the objective.
We're gonna have to leave him there for a bit, I think.
Instead of spending our money on a shotgun to kill a Tommy, I opt to upgrade a flak turret I placed earlier for next wave's aerials, and let the Tommy live. The aerials get crushed by the level 2 turret, then we use the extra scrap they drop for another shotgun turret to finish off that last Tommy. Wave 8 breezes by, and brings us to where we were destroyed last time, wave 9.
Here comes Big Willie.
But we were ready for Big Willie this time. We upgrade one of our shotgun turrets, and with 2 shotguns and a mortar out of his reach this time, he goes down much faster, and we get through the wave with much more HP to spare. After dropping Big Willie, we buy a mine layer and place it in the city path. With wave 10's aerials, we can afford an extra flak turret with our current one to take care of them much faster. We are in much better shape than last time, and victory seems in reach. Wave 11 brings a massive wave of aerials from every spawner on the map, but our air defense is more than enough for it. For good measure, I drop a third flak turret down. Wave 12 brings in breakers and blitzers from the city path, but our defense is just way too strong. The mine layer, double shotguns, and mortar are just too much for the tubes to handle, as they all drop without even touching the objective.
Massive defense. Huge.
Wave 13 has aerials over the water and blitzers on the ground. I place and upgrade a mine layer on the flank route, and again, nothing can get even close to the objective. 14 is Tommies in the city and resistors in the flank, but the mines alone destroy both waves and leaves us at the final wave.
What can I get you?
Mine layer is so strong when you have coverage.
As wave 15 starts, I place a third shotgun in the city route and upgrade it immediately as breakers approach the flank. I use the remaining scrap I have available for a second flank turret to cover the breakers, and Big Willie returns in the city path with some breakers behind it, along with aerials in the sky over the water. The aerials are no threat due to our air defenses. The Big Willie is what I worry about. But the landmines practically alone shut down the monster, proving the strength of late game mine layer. With the fall of the boy, the round is practically over and we can finally celebrate our completion of 1-3.
Now morning, 10-car train
Hell yeah.
completed.
That was a long time. 25% on the Trainyard. Thank God we had the landmines to help out.
There are multiple targets they could try to destroy, so make sure to stay aware of your surroundings. Grenadiers have been spotted in the area, so be sure to protect your emplacements. Keep your eyes peeled. There have been reports of a gas leak in the area. The origin of the gas is currently unknown, but I'll tell you now, it wasn't me. I would have said something if it was.
Okay, I wasn't recording for the first round. This is round 2.
This refinery makes 5,000 gallons.
We're gonna I'm not gonna say what happened, but it didn't work out very well. Wave 3 is a problem, and we gotta figure out how we're gonna beat this.
Going into the second attempt after forgetting to record, we tried placing a mine layer on wave 1, but the resistors walk right through it. So yeah, reset. In attempt 3, I try placing the mine layer as fast as I can to get more mines down. The reason why I insist on using mine layer is because a later enemy in this level targets turrets to destroy, but the mine layer has the unique ability to camouflage. However, it's just short of killing all the resistors, but I have enough for a shotgun to finish the last one. Only problem is wave 2 has resistors head for the second objective. Did I mention there was 2 objectives yet?
We need to find a way for all of them to die to the landmines. Please. Not quite, not even enough. There's 5 of them. We place landmines literally on the objective. This way, the enemies are going to stand here attacking the objective, and this thing can spit out mines onto them, hopefully. What the heck are they? And they'll put them right behind where they're gonna walk. Big!
Now that we found a way to clear wave 1 with mines, how are we gonna clear wave 2? We have to try placing a shotgun behind the objective in a position where it can still clear the resistors, but hopefully be ignored by the next enemies.
Only problem is, well...
While restarting, I realized the mines against the wall of the objective aren't going to help with the later enemies. I needed a different mine layer placement. Or maybe a different turret.
What if we do like a mortar turret? No, that's not gonna leave me enough money to defend those lanes. Like a mortar like... here. Let's try. Why not? We gotta experiment.
The mortar turret works just fine on the resistors. The question is whether it will be able to perform later on against the later enemies. On the blue side, we use another shotgun turret as it's all we have available. This time, it manages to get us through wave 2. Now, we can see where the problems with 1-4 really start.
I think it is only fair that we have this war on a level playing field. And by level, I mean free of all these tiresome turrets of yours. I'm sending down a powerful burst transmitter to destroy them all! Let nothing stand between us, old friend.
Burst transmitters are the main threat of this entire playthrough. These tubes target emplacements in particular, destroying as many in their path as they can see. My mortar turret is only targeted by one of the 3 in its lane, and manages to actually shut them down with approximately 1 HP remaining.
They should be too busy targeting the objective right now.
While the other 2 bursties attack the second objective, I place a shotgun in front of them, which takes them down as they are locked onto the objective, and this gets us through wave 3. The game gives us a drop of 50 free scrap, intended to be spent into mine layers to help combat the burst transmitters in the future. Now, you would think the game gets easier, but it doesn't. Wave 4 brings Tommies in both lanes, which is very, very problematic. Here's the deal. As we know, Tommies attack from long range. So long that the mortar turret is fully out of range of the Tommies. Even the shotgun turret we placed last wave can't touch these guys. This begs the impossible question of, how do we place a turret that can counter wave 1 and 2's resistors, avoid wave 3's bursties, and have enough range to take down these Tommies on wave 4? So far, I have one solution. By placing my shotgun on wave 3 behind the bursties just in range, it should have enough range to turn around and kill the Tommies next wave. Using the scrap I collect from the 50 drop, I can set up a mine layer where the Tommies stand on the mortar side to take care of them. This should let us pass wave 5 and solve the Tommy problem. Wave 6 is not a problem, but is interesting. We have resistors come on both sides, which a second shotgun on the blue side lets us beat them. But it comes with that gas attack we heard about. Strange worms come out of the ground and emit the gas, which I cannot stop. All it does is cut my vision, but my turrets are unaffected, so no biggie.
Does the gas ever go away? Okay, they go away when they're on.
Wave 7 brings even more problems with another wave of bursties to shut down everything I just spent my money on. As my mortar turret dies, the run is over. We need a position that doesn't allow the burst transmitters to target the mortar turret whatsoever. I tried placing the mortar turret further back, but placing it further away makes it unable to hit all the bursties.
Too far back. Okay, let's try putting it on top of this ledge. Maybe it'll be out of their range, and it can still cover the building up here.
I find a new position on top of a wall nearby that makes it further away, but still gives it plenty of range. Now to test it on the burst transmitters.
Okay, he's gonna go around me. He's not gonna see... They're not gonna see it.
Uh-oh, turret's down.
They're not gonna see the artillery cannon. Let's go.
The mortar works well so far, so I followed the same strategy I used last time until I get back to the second burst transmitter wave. This time, I save all the money until I can afford another mortar turret and do the exact same placement on the opposite side to cover the secondary objective. Now that we finally have a stable defense for both sides, things should get...
Here comes Big Willie. These guys are tough.
Oh. 2 Big Willies right after bursties. Really? Now how the hell am I supposed to have enough defense to stop this when all of my shotgun turrets are wiped out just before these big boys come? Is this even possible? Well... Following the same setup until wave 3, instead of placing a shotgun to counter the bursties, I wait for the scrap drop to afford a second mortar early and use that, which works. The downside is that it does not work to counter the Tommies next wave.
That's not a winning solution. No, it can't. It can't shoot through. No, stop shooting my mine turret. Stop shooting my mortar. No, that mortar's in a bad position.
Soon after 2 bad runs, I find a solution that could help me save scrap and get a second early mortar. Instead of buying mine layer, I opt to buy 2 shotguns for the price of 1 mine layer to cover the Tommies. This lets me save more and afford mortar on wave 6. By the time the big willies come, I can afford 2 shotguns to help kill each one, though I place a really bad shotgun on the blue objective that doesn't help much. I do manage to body block the green side big willie perfectly and shut it down, though blue side takes heavy damage but survives. I really have to defend the blue side now to save this run. Thankfully, killing 2 big willies gives tons of scrap for defenses now. I have no time to spare as 2 waves of Tommies head for the blue objective on the high ground flank, so I place a shotgun up there to work with the mortar and take them out. I also place a mine layer on the main path to help the defense. I mirror the defense I just placed on the green side as we get Tommies in the middle lanes and blitzers on the flank lanes, as well as more gas. None of this is too much trouble, and we manage to pass wave 9. Wave 10 is Tommies rushing the green flank, which we have already prepped for.
This is winnable.
Wave 11 is burst transmitters along with flank resistors on both sides. Our upgraded mine layers in the middle solo the burst transmitters before they can blow up our shotguns, and the rest of the defense handles the resistors with ease.
Winnable.
So you guys can truly understand how overpowered mine layer is, I want you to watch wave 12 for yourselves.
Let's blitz his flank. Nice.
Wave 13 has gas, resistors, and bursties down middle, but the mines shut them down once more even though the bursties get a little damage off on some turrets.
Nice.
After wave 14 sends a pitiful wave of Tommies on each lane, we reach the final wave. First, bursties. Those are countered by the mines. But soon after, 2 more big willies come out along with Tommies on the flanks. Some blitzers come down middle as well, but that doesn't matter as I body block the blue side big willie until it dies. The flank defense stops the Tommies, and the mines kill the blitzers. The mortar finally takes down the second big willie, and we have successfully completed Refinery with no guns.
Go. Refinery, no guns.
Let's gas up that
Oh
trench
my
and get you
God.
back on board.
%.
Completing 1-4 gives us the repair crane, which heals the player. This is practically useless for us and overpriced. We won't be needing this anytime soon.
We've reached the northern pylon, which seems to be the source of the broadcast. It was the broadcast that started this whole mess in the first place, and destroying this pylon should end it all. At least it better.
1-5 is the final level of this area, and it's different than the other levels so far.
Looks like there's a large cluster of radio towers up ahead.
I have no
Destroy
clue
them,
what we're
end
gonna
the broadcast, and end this war.
Woodard, would you kindly lower your annoying voice? You're going to wake my baby.
do.
Vlad, you've officially gone nuts. No one would have a baby with...
It's a little ostentation, but glory in the pursuit of the broadcast is no vice.
Now how the hell am I gonna kill this with nothing but emplacements?
This is a boss fight level, where you usually bring strong weaponry to defeat this thing, but we don't have access to that here, so we have to fight it with our emplacements. I immediately drop 2 shotgun turrets next to it to start chipping away, but only 1 is in range. The boss's first phase consists of spawning a few resistors to target my turrets and I, then doing a suck attack, which drains my HP if I'm too close. I farm resistors for scrap and eventually get to phase 2. This phase makes more enemies spawn and the turrets begin shooting the boss's arms.
Oh, they're shooting things.
They're really going after me.
He's got me pinched. He's got me pinched.
I end up eventually getting myself trapped and lose a lot of HP, though I do get out eventually.
No. Oh, he broke the thing.
The boss uses an attack that shoots big blasts, destroys my shotguns, and leaves me defenseless.
Oh, all my turrets are gone.
I do find that the rocks it shot out earlier break over time and drop tons of scrap for me, but it's too late as I run out of HP and lose.
I think that's GG.
Really pissed me off.
Oh yeah, I make it to destroy you.
Okay, we do need repair crane.
I try again, bringing the repair arm this time, despite calling it useless, but instantly trap myself right in a tight corner.
They're on me.
No, don't pinch me again. Are you kidding me? You can't be serious.
Third time's the charm. I drop my 2 shotguns so one chips at the boss and the other targets resistors like last time, and I farm scrap to buy the repair claw. As long as I don't die, we're good.
Okay, now we have enough for repair crane. We're gonna drop that behind here. Leave it right here.
Repair on, quick.
This way, we get to phase 2 at full HP. I play the clock, and eventually, my turrets get blasted again. When the rocks break and drop scrap, I opt to buy 2 mine layers to farm minions, as the boss cannot destroy them.
We need mine layers to farm minions.
Soon, I get enough scrap to buy and upgrade a shotgun to attack the boss and do so, along with an extra level 1 shotgun. Right after the boss uses its blast attack, I set the shotguns up. These two do tons of damage together to put it in phase 3.
More turrets.
In this phase, the boss constantly makes the ground around itself unsafe and shoots giant electric balls to roll at me. But it doesn't matter, as our DPS is great, and the boss eventually goes down in no time.
Wait,
Meaning we have
nice.
defeated the first boss and
we
area
actually got
without
him.
firing a single bullet of our
That's
own.
impossible. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Silence.
That was like 3rd attempt. 404 seconds to defeat that. That was not bad at all. It just took a bit of strategy.
Our new machine gun turret is incredibly versatile. It can hit targets in the air or on the ground, and it's cheap. It also spits out a ton of bullets, making it ideal when fighting lots of small tubes. It's a bit weaker than other turrets, but you'll find it invaluable in the field.
And that's the end of the first part of this series. Next time, we'll take on all of World 2 as we face new threats, gain new emplacements, and struggle on even more rough levels. Let me know what you think of Iron Brigade so far, and if you enjoyed watching this type of commentary content, hit that like button to show some love. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye bye!